May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Cuke Audio Mini Podcast, Brief Memories. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable, free from economic struggle, and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. Today's brief memory, again, is from me, DC, one in a long string of them, and it is. Once in a lecture, someone asked Suzuki Roshi something about astrology, and he said that when he was young, he was interested in astrology, Chinese astrology, but he said he came to think, maybe we don't need to know so much about ourselves. I liked that. I knew people who were into astrology. I've been around a lot of that stuff as a kid, and different, what I call interpretive systems. And a friend of mine, Jim, he said once that he thought, he was scoffing at astrology. He said, you could probably tell just as much by reading people's big toes. That might be true. The way I see it, I have sort of look at that sort of like in an Indra's net point of view, where everything's interconnected. Or I loved that book, The Holographic Universe. And I think looking at phenomena as the universe and the cosmos and all it is a giant holograph is sort of cool. I don't believe in sticking to any particular interpretive system. That's another one. But it's nice to sort of run them through. Now, a hologram is, according to the book, The Holographic Universe, which was really interesting, is characterized by two things. One, it's a sort of non-substantial reflection of a deeper, more substantial reality or more substantial something. And the other is that every part contains the whole. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's a non-substantial reflection of a deeper reality or something. That's sort of like saying that human beings were created, in the Bible myth, in the image of God. So I've been around a lot of that stuff, as I said, and I didn't try to develop a way of reading the big toe, but graphoanalysis and handwriting analysis, especially graphoanalysis, there was a man named Mr. Roth or something like that in Fort Worth. Dolly Ware invited over once to analyze mine. I think handwriting analysis like that, especially, he had to take a course every year to keep his graphoanalysis credentials. It seemed to be pretty good. Ed Brown really got into that. And there's Tarot, and I have a friend who is like a staunch skeptic. But his wife was into Tarot, and he said, I just can't be explained how uncanny it was at times. And then there's I Ching, stuff like that. But I've tended to stay away from it all. And I saw psychics as a kid, and I did have a very close psychic friend when I came to California, and he remained that way till he died. Oh, God, in the 80s or 90s. But I never believed I was going to, get to any ultimate truth or anything. I was just going to sort of learn more that maybe is true or somewhat true about myself, or that, I didn't know to what extent. I really didn't pay that much attention, but I was around a lot of it. And, the world ran on astrology up until present, the last couple of hundred years or some few hundred years, it was like the dominant science, and like very important in the West and the East, and it still hangs on. And there are many people that just totally scoff at it being just completely random. And I've seen it in movies where they say, just hand out everybody the same chart and then ask them how many think it's accurate, and a lot of hands raised. You all have the same chart. But I had an experience with Mike Gilmore, and he did a type of tarot with a deck of regular cards, which he said is older than the tarot deck. I don't know if that's true or not, but he had a system he learned, and he had a book. So he did a reading on clay. All he needed to have the birthday, maybe that's all, and something else. I don't know what else. And so he did a reading on clay. Oh, with the cards, the birthday and the cards, right? And, I said, no, that's completely off. That's not him at all. He said, it's always right, he said. It's always right. The cards don't lie. I said, well, it's really off, man. I mean, that's not him at all. You said blah, blah, and it's not. He went, well, what's his birthday again? I said, April 19th. He said, oh, heck, I was doing April 20th. Then he did April 19th. April 20th is Hitler, incidentally. And then he did April 19th. And it was really good. So I had that experience, which is the opposite of the one that people will quickly use. Many people are really quick to discredit things they don't really understand. I think it's better just not to believe. Neither believe nor disbelieve. Just, I think the highest road is just to wake up to who we are and not to try to do anything, really, just to be who we are and see what's in front of us. And we can get intuitively all of the information we need. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't take medical tests or other things, or that we shouldn't get astrology charts or whatever, but I think the main thing is just not to believe strongly, and don't cling to it. So that's the sort of thoughts that come to mind when I read that. Maybe we don't need to know so much about ourselves. Oh, yeah, there's the Enneagram. I've had some cool experiences with people telling me about Enneagram, explaining the way a certain person behaved, and that sort of stuff is it's appealing, or it's intriguing, but again, maybe we don't need to know so much about ourselves. This has been a Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm DC Poobah of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sanur with Dogya Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.